Cobourg Community Center as the Cobourg Nissan Kodiaks take on the Brooklyn Redmen here in Major Series Lacrosse on the JVI Sports Network. Welcome inside the Cobourg Community Center. I'm Saif Ahmed here with JVI Sports, and today we have the Kodiaks taking on the short-handed Brooklyn Redmen here in the Major Series Lacrosse season. The Kodiaks still looking for their first win of the season after losing to the Oakville Rock and the Six Nations Chiefs this past week. And the Brooklyn Redmen currently are missing 11 players who are playing in the NLL Champions Cup. So a great chance for the Kodiaks to get that first win this evening. Let's look at the standings so far early on this season. Six Nations and Peterborough Lakers with 2 wins and no losses. Oakville and Brooklyn tied with 1 win and 1 loss. And of course, Cobourg and Brampton still looking for their first wins. And for Cobourg, John St. John has been the early standout so far. He has 3 goals in 2 games after winning the All Cup with the Oshawa Outlaws this past season. And for the Brooklyn Redmen is Albin Dan Littner. He has 7 goals, 2 assists with 9 points, top 5 in MSL in scoring so far this season. And we'll have the opening face-off coming up right after the break. And you're watching the Major Series Lacrosse here on JVI Sports. Okay. And the starting goaltenders for tonight's matchup for the Brooklyn Redmen, we have Zach Higgins. The 1 win, 1 loss so far in this third game of the season. 22 goals against, 10.28 goals against average, and a .593 save percentage. And for your hometown Cobourg Nissan Kodiaks, we will have Rance Vigneault playing in his second game of the season with 1 loss so far, 13 goals against, and has made actually no saves so far this season, but will definitely make one here in this game as we get underway. Opening face-off in a couple of moments. So like I mentioned, the Brooklyn Redmen missing almost half their team to the NLL Champions Cup with game number 1, which is underway at the Champions Cup today here on Sunday evening. Saskatchewan taking on Georgia. And the opening face-off is still loose. Looks like Brooklyn will come up with it and begin the game here on the offensive zone. Have 20 seconds on the shot clock as Brooklyn will work the ball around the outside. So nice pass to O'Connor. Riley O'Connor, he takes a spill, a little trip, and gets hassled afterwards, and Cobourg comes up with the ball, going on the fast break, a little 3-on-2. Here's Colin Armstrong. He'll pass it back over to Laskowitz. There's Dan Keane over to Holmes. Looking for a pass back to Keane just over his stick, and Zach Higgins will come up with the loose ball and start the transition here for the Redmen. That pass a little out of the reach of Priolo. Here come the Kodiaks now. With less than 20 on the shot clock. Working the ball around. Here's Laskowitz. Trying to take a move outside, and a bouncing shot. Higgins almost hangs on to it. The referee already called the play. The ball still loose, almost going over the goal line. The Brooklyn Redmen catching a lucky break there. So still no goals. Redmen now with the shot right from the point. That's saved by Vigneault. Brooklyn gets it back. Just working around on the edge of clock on the box. Here's Riley O'Connor's pass that goes wide of his teammate. And the shot that's scored by the Brooklyn Redmen. Looked like a pass that was away from Dan Keane, but the Redmen able to get it back and get one past Rance Vigneault for the first goal of the game. And it's number 14, Dan Littner. That's his 8th goal of the season. Let's look at the replay. A loose ball, a nice pass, give and go to number 14, who puts it in. So Dan Littner now with the 10th point of the season. He's top 5 in the MSL in goals and points so far this season. That's his 8th goal of the season. Leads Brooklyn in scoring. And that's a nice shot and scored by Brooklyn right away, even before the first goal was announced. And this time it looks like it's number 16, Kyle Whitlow, who has the second of the game for the Redmen. Whitlow, one of the replacement players for the Redmen team. That's a nice pass again by Riley O'Connor, who has 2 assists in the first 2 goals of the game for the Brooklyn Redmen. So Riley O'Connor adding to his tally of assists here early on this season. Coming into the game, he had 4 goals and 6 assists, so that'll make it 8 assists now for Riley O'Connor and 12 points. And Brooklyn Redmen still on the attack, and that shot is saved by Rance Vigneault. So the Kodiaks under pressure here to start this game. Assisted by 2 goals assisted by Riley O'Connor of the Brooklyn Redmen. That's a quick shot, easily saved by Rance Binion. Here's a chance for a fast break to Cobourg to get on the board, and that pass was deflected and goes near the center line, and Brooklyn will hang on to it. See if Brooklyn will look to extend this lead here, and that shot is easily saved by Rance Binion. It's a chance for a 3-on-2 for the Kodiaks. That shot is high over the net. Maybe a chance going the other way for the Redmen. Kodiaks will have more men back, so the Redmen will slow it down and work on the half-court offense with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here's a Max Spadian, takes a drive in, but his shot gets blocked and taken away by Cobourg just for a second, but good forechecking there by Max Spadian to kill some more time off the clock. Here's Cobourg now. Here's Drake Smith looking for a chance at goal. His shot is wide of the net. John St. John trying to retrieve the ball. He does. With 5 seconds left on the shot clock, have to make something up really quickly here for Cobourg. And that's another wasted opportunity for the Kodiaks. Burns comes up with the ball and a turnover and a giveaway, and a nice save by Zach Higgins to make up for the turnover by his teammate. As Austin Shanks to passing it out before heading to the bench. A quick shot opportunity that's blocked off, and here comes the Kodiaks again. Here's Dan Keene off the bench. He has McMahon to his right side. Dan Keene still with the ball, passes it back to Matt Croak, one of the up-and-coming players here on this Kodiak team. Here's Dan Keene now in the point again. Goes cross court, gets it back. Dan Keene still with the ball, inside-out move. That shot saved by Higgins on the near side, and Higgins will look to pass this out, and he does, to Mitch Wild. Mitch Wild will be heading to the bench. Wild so far leading the Redmen in scoring for defensemen so far this season. Just 1 goal and 2 assists. Here's Riley O'Connor with the ball, already with 2 assists in this game. His pass this time, though, takes a deflection and on the stick of Rance Binion. And here's a chance for McCrory, rather. Kodiak just working the ball around. Here's Laskowitz trying to get a decent shot on goal. That time just wide of the net and on top of the boards and into the bench. So it will be Brooklyn ball. Would be being really patient here. Have a 2-goal lead here in the first period, and that shot hits the post. Riley O'Connor that close to getting his first goal of the game and his 3rd point. O'Connor, a danger man from the outside for the Redmen. As we mentioned earlier, Cobourg still looking for their first win of the season. Down 2-0 early here against the Redmen. There's a nice pass back to Riley O'Connor, and that's a nice save by Rance Binion. So let's see what the Kodiaks come up with here. As pass back, that shot high over the bar. Matt Croak gets it back and rebound. Another save and a great one by Zach Higgins. Fresh off the Arena Lacrosse League Cup with the Oshawa Outlaws, Zach Higgins. Actually several players in this game who have played with that Outlaw team. Here's Max Spaden with a nice pass and a backhanded shot and a goal. What a goal that was by Dan Littner. He makes it 3-0 Brooklyn. Got to take a look at that one again. What a play by the Redmen with a pass and a shot. Number 14 finishing it off. Look at that. It's like an alley-oop like in basketball. Dan Littner at the receiving end and finishing it off. It's a nice pass by Dan Ball, who gets the assist on that play. And just like that, it's 3-0 Brooklyn with just about 12 and a half left in the first period. So the Kodiaks really have to find an answer for the offensive attack of the Brooklyn Redmen. Dan Littner and Riley O'Connor, who have done their damage already here in this game. See Brooklyn just going around the net. And taking a spill was Dan Littner. You can bet that he will be a marked man for the Kodiaks after scoring those two opening goals. And for that effort, Cobourg will take the penalty for that hit on Dan Littner. Colton Armstrong going to the penalty box. And not something that the Kodiaks needed here, already down 3-0. So now the Redmen will be on the man advantage. O'Connor out to Knight. Back to Knight, over to O'Connor. His shot, that's saved by Vigneault. Cobourg has done a decent job so far in the 2 games this season. That pass just going wide. Only letting up 1 goal out of 8 penalty kills for the Kodiaks. And the Brooklyn Redmen actually the other way, only 1 of 8 on the power play coming into this game. So let's see if that improves here in this matchup. The ball just going over the boards and into the stands. Still over a minute left on the power play, and that shot, a nice look inside. And finishing it off was number 9, Riley O'Connor. That's his first goal of the game. Yeah, just a turnover by the Kodiaks near the net, and Dan Littner was right there to pick it off. And this time he has the assist on Riley O'Connor's goal, returning the favor. And just another Cobourg player going into the box, so Brooklyn will still be on the power play. So they'll work the ball around. It's Riley O'Connor. Back out tonight. Littner trying to look for O'Connor. So confirmation of the 4th goal there. Riley O'Connor from Dan Littner of the turnover by the Kodiaks on the Cobourg power play. So actually a Brooklyn power play rather, so Brooklyn does score on the man advantage. O'Connor with a shot, that gets deflected. Kyle Whitlow at the top, and that's a nice pass and a shot. Finished off by number 22, Colton Watkinson. Another one of the call-ups for the Brooklyn Redmen. He gets a goal here, making it 5-0. So Colton Watkinson makes it 5-0 Brooklyn with another power play goal. So we had a couple of goals here from the Brooklyn Redmen from their call-ups, Kyle Whitlow and Colton Watkinson getting on the board. So the call-ups also having an impact here in this game. And the Kodiaks down 5-0. And Dan Littner and Riley O'Connor getting the assist on that last power play goal by Colton Watkinson. So they keep adding to their scoring here in this matchup. Let's see if the Kodiaks can stop the bleeding and answer one back here. That pass was deflected and easily on the stick of Zach Higgins. And Brooklyn will be patient, just working the ball around. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Up 5 goals. Just halfway through the first period. That loose ball eventually retrieved by Hopcroft, and he'll head to the bench. And the shot clock expiring for the Redmen. Haven't had too many of those for Brooklyn here in this game. They've usually gotten off good scoring chances, but not that time. Here comes Cobourg. Here's Lucas Laskowitz trying to find some open room on the near side. He passes out, and that shot, that's saved by Zach Higgins. Shot that time by Dan Keene. And Mitch Wild will come up with the loose ball and head up the court. Mitch Wild, defenseman, and he'll be heading to the bench. Giving a chance for the Brooklyn offensive players to get on the floor, and that's a pass by Dan Littner. Finds the stick of Riley O'Connor and a shot, but Littner took a hit after he got that pass off. Here's Cobourg, Greg Smith with the ball. He passed it off to Laskowitz. Laskowitz with a shot, that's saved by Higgins. Cobourg still with possession. Laskowitz goes out to John St. John, leads the team in scoring coming into this one. Here's Laskowitz over to St. John. He goes inside. His shot goes over the bar. He took a hit before he got the shot off. So the Kodiaks not really getting any great scoring chances so far in this first period. Here's a nice inside-out move, just missing the inside player. And here comes Cobourg, maybe on some transition opportunity. There's a 4-on-3, a quick shot, saved by Zach Higgins. He's been on his game so far. A nice pass inside and save on the doorstop. Here comes Brooklyn the other way. The good transition defense by the Kodiaks to get away with the ball. Here's Colin Armstrong going one-on-one against Kyle Whitlow. He stops him. And Armstrong gets the ball back. Here with the fresh shot clock after the change in possession. Laskowitz over to St. John. He passes out to the far side. And that shot misses the net from Matt Croak. And a hit in front of the Brooklyn bench. And this one's going to be going the other way. Still Kodiak's possession. The play blown dead again. As a call going the Brooklyn favor, and in the fast break right away, a quick turn of events. Mitch Wild, the defenseman, getting a goal. So Mitch Wild of the quick transition gets a goal for the Brooklyn Redmen, and he makes it 6-0. That happened really quickly. The referee called the play dead, going the other way, and Mitch Weil in transition, able to get one past Rance Vigneault. So face-off win here by Brooklin. By number 11, Adam Perroni. Another one of the call-ups. One of the Whitby Warriors playing in the Ontario Junior A. Perroni. It's a nice give and go there by Littner and Perroni. There's Colton Watkinson now with the ball, already with a goal in this game. Dan Littner with a nice pass. O'Connor just wide of the net with the shot. O'Connor gets it back though, still 5 seconds on the shot clock. And Colton Watkinson getting harassed while driving to the net. And this is going to be a penalty on the Kodiaks. A bit too much physical contact there on Watkinson on that play. Let's take a look at that again. You can see Watkinson driving to the net. And that late hit on the boards by number 4, Brody Burkhoff of the Kodiaks. And Burkhoff will be heading to the box. So another power play opportunity here for the Redmen, and a shot that just hit the post. And it still goes in after the rebound. Another quick goal. And man advantage power play marker here from the Redmen. It's a nice give and go there. That one hit the post, but then right away, and from behind the net, it looks like it was number 22, Colton Watkinson, who scored that off the back of Rance Vigneault. So things go from bad to worse here for the Kodiaks. So an unlucky break there for the Kodiaks to get a goal like that. Short-handed as well. So now the score is 7-0 Brooklyn here in the first period with 4.5 left before the first intermission. Brooklyn now with the ball, 15 seconds on the shot clock. It's a nice move by Riley O'Connor, a big body on the outside, leads the team assist. That shot saved by Vigneault. The last one over the bar, and here comes Cobourg on the fast break. Zach Higgins, nothing going Cobourg's way. Zach Higgins has been really good in net for the Redmen, stopping every fast break chance the Kodiaks have had. Riley O'Connor with a quick shot. Brooklyn getting it back. 10 on the shot clock for Brooklyn. A battle along the boards here. Cobourg comes up with it. Alternate captain Pat Rennie comes up with the ball, and he takes a big cross check to the face of Max Spajan. And Rennie still laying it on Max Spajan. Max Spajan takes a big hit from Pat Rennie after Rennie gives the ball up. And Pat Rennie is not happy. So take a look at what happened here. Pat Rennie, and he takes a shot right to the face. Max Spajan doesn't. Rennie keeps going after him, and he is not happy, banging his stick on the bench, and now he'll head to the box. It'll take 2 minutes to calm down, maybe, as his team goes short-handed again for the 4th time here in the first period. Cobourg has given up a penalty, or has taken the penalty rather. Not like Brooklyn has needed these extra man chances to get on the board. They're up 7-0 already. Riley O'Connor with a nice move, almost getting past Vigneault. Being able to get a pad on that, and here comes short-handed fast break for Colton Armstrong, and he scores! So the Cobourg Nissan Kodiaks getting on the board. Short-handed fast break opportunity. Colton Armstrong scores one for the home team. Take a look at that replay with a nice burst of speed from number 3. And this time, Zach Higgins finally gets beat. He's human, folks. Higgins last one through. And Colton Armstrong gets one for the Kodiaks. It's 7-1, still Brooklyn, but something to look forward to as they head to the first intermission. As you can see, the Cobourg Kodiaks really forechecking and getting physical on the Redmen to get the possession here in this game.
Assistant number 18, Derek Searle, attempting goal 17:01. Armstrong from Searle at 17 minutes, 1 second. Woo!
So Derek Searle getting the assist on that short-handed goal. A nice give and go, this time saved by Rance Vigneault. That shot gets deflected and wide of the net. Cobourg gets it back, Matt Coyle. The shot clock winding down, here comes Brooklyn. Brooklyn still confident, still patient with their offense. Nice pass there on the inside. Dan Lindner almost scoring there, but Rance Vigneault able to get a save on that. So the 2-minute power play done for the Brooklyn Redmen. Pat Rennie heading back to the bench. So look at that, a nice pass there from Brooklyn. Riley O'Connor again with the vision and the stick work to make that happen. And another face-off win from number 11, Adam Peroni, the call-up from the Whitby Warriors from the Junior A. He's having a good face-off percentage so far. Here's Ryan McSpagian passing it off. That shot is saved by Rance Vigneault from the outside. McSpagian over to O'Connor. O'Connor looking dangerous as always, and right there, a bouncing shot through Rance Vigneault for the 8th goal for the Redmen. And looks like it was number 20, Derek Hopcroft, who scores the 9th goal of the game for Brooklyn. So Brooklyn keeps pouring it on the Kodiaks here. 9-1 here in the first period. Just over a minute left in the first. Dan Littner now with the ball, already with 2 goals and a couple assists. Him and Riley O'Connor have been their top self here in this game. Leads the team in scoring. McSpagian's shot is saved by Vigneault. And at the other end, Zach Higgins has been stellar in net as well for the Brooklyn Redmen. So overall, great team effort, hence the 8-goal lead. Cobourg still looking for their first win of the season. Both these teams will be playing again here in a couple of days back in Whitby. So shot clock expiring now with just 10 seconds left. Let's see if Cobourg can get a good shot off. Here's Brody Burkhoff. Double team going inside. Burkhoff still with the ball, passing it out. This 1 second left, and that shot, it stopped. So it's been all Brooklyn. It's 9-1 here in Cobourg over the Kodiaks. as we see the Brooklyn team heading to the locker room. Riley O'Connor and Dan Leonard, the stars of that first period. And we'll have more from this first period after the break. But let's take a look at some highlights from last week from the Cobourg Kodiaks. And there's the first intermission here at the Cobourg Community Center. Brooklyn up 9-1 over the Cobourg.
Kodiak's Lacrosse is brought to you by Cobourg Nissan. Nissan built for the human race. And Winter Promotions and Recognition, your go-to company for custom promotional apparel and promotional products. And on the power play, it's Cobourg Auto Collision. Our repairs are guaranteed with a lifetime warranty. The penalty kill sponsor is Ontario Line Clearing and Tree Expert, professional arborist and line clearing, servicing the GTA.
We are inside the Cobourg Community Center. Cobourg Nissan Kodiaks home opener, the opener of the major series lacrosse season. Let's put a cap on the hockey year first, as the Cobourg Cougars are on the floor for opening ceremonies. The winners of the RBC Cup seven days ago, almost to the minute that they won that trophy. It was a 4 o'clock start. It's going to be a 6 o'clock start here in Cobourg tonight. 9 graduates on this Cobourg's team, including goaltender Stefano Durante, defenders Nick Minerva, Jesse Baird, Cam McGill, and Brennan Roy, and forward Spencer Roberts, Quinn Ciridiak, and Theo Lewis. And Josh McGuire from right here in Cobourg actually gave up his final season playing for the Peterborough Petes in OHL to come back to the Cougars to play for a national championship and now win a national championship. They were honored in the lobby before the game. Played back here for Slade. Slade for Connor Fields, the young stud American. Connor Fields, real excited to watch him at this level. You do get it to John St. John. He falls, and it was too high for Drake Smith. They're trying to release Latrell Harris, and flying out of the bench was Pat McMurray to get in Harris's way. Trailing the play, here's Todd Kozak, takes the shot, and he'll score. And I believe Latrell Harris is going to pick up the assist on that. Hickey's still with it, though. Connor Fields looks into the corner. Looked like there was a shot available. Fields electing to pass. Back for Berg, into the corner. Finding Fields. He had to chase it down, works around to pick. Quickly back, quick stick there for Joe French. Intercepted and trying to take off was Pete Rennie. He's going to hang out up top now as Vigneault makes the save and now sneaks away. What a pickup there from Rennie off the pass. Berg chasing, and Nick Rose coming away with the save. And we'll go back to even strength as John St. John takes over for the penalized player with 9:30 left to go. Cobourg still looking for their first goal, and there it is. They find it from John St. John. Here's Dan McRae over to the outside wall. Up over the top, Brandon Slade. Slade back for Berg. Didn't get all he wanted on the shot, but it's over top, and that delay may have fooled Vigneault as Berg gets one back. Harris returning to the St. Catharines Athletics this year. Clothesline in the corner, but the ball goes in the net, and James Barkley taking one to find Holden Garland there. as he's going to go across center to the far side. Matthew Lee with it, a bit of a stutter step on his way to the net. The shot to the stick side there of Vigneault, and now they go back far side as Kozak got filled in just as he took the shot, and he's going to end up with his second of the game away from Berg once again, and now Kodiaks will come up over center. Long pass down the floor, front door, and in stride, Logan Holmes. Spinning away here is French. Gets his own rebound out of the corner. Hickey to Lee on the crease, and Lee's going to score. He's got one so far tonight. May not happen here, though, as John St. John over top of a screen. I believe he was working around Andrew Mullen. And Johnny's got two here as the 5-hole open for Nick Rose, and it goes in. Hickey's now going to work across the opener of the 2017 Major Series Lacrosse season. Connor Fields works to the middle, comes through, takes 3 hits, and gets it past Vigneault. Corner, Holmes and Croak now. John St. John onto the floor. Rennie heading off as Laskowicz will take his spot. Here's Holmes over the shoulder. What a dandy. Spinning. John St. John trailing the play and looking for the ball after it hit off the back of James Barkley. Barkley's going to pick it up, and 4 Oakville players are going to streak out with him. French and Slade as Cobourg peels off. Slade in front of the crease, and a couple fakes in front of Vigneault, and Slade's going to score. Quickly up the floor in the stick of Ryan Wagner. As now Westberg, and now Hickey. A bouncer that gets in behind Rance Vigneault. If you can believe it, the first goal of the game for Brett Hickey. So with back-to-back days, you thought maybe they'd split them up, but oh man, Joe French with his second, a hard shot. It is Nick Rose getting the call. He's allowed only 4. And now his teammates give him a 6-goal lead to work with. By Latrell Harris. Of course, the St. Catharines Athletic and Toronto Rock rookie at 18 out of the NLL draft. What a fantastic first season for him. Oh, what a catch there from Crook. What a goal! Desnu spins, and he'll come up the floor. And another rip from Joe French. He's got the hat trick. That makes it 11-5. French, a pretty big shot from that side. Sends it back for Fields to the far side. Hickey, Bird. Setting the pick as he clears Hutchinson out of the way. Hutchinson still giving Bird trouble, though, as Vigneault way out of position, and Connor Fields, ball bounces right back to him, and he's got an empty net to put it in. Steady dose of Matthew Lee and Joe French as we're going to have a scrap. I think this is Burkhoff. He's finally found a dance partner. It's Bill Saxton. Saxton eats one. Burkhoff comes flying in, and it's going to be a takedown. And the whistle did go. Burkhoff with an extra toss right at the end, and Ecclestone and Ferguson coming in. That was a stare down. French on the far side. This will give St. John an opportunity to get off in favor of Pat McCrory. Up for Kozak, a lot of time to hone that one in, and Todd Kozak is going to get a hat trick in this game. He joins Joe French. Again, be sure to check us out all summer long, whether it be Junior A or Major Series Lacrosse action. On behalf of our entire crew, I am Matthew Carrick for the JVI Sports Network. Our thanks to the OLA and MSL this season. We'll talk to you next time, folks.
And we're here the second period at the Cobourg Community Center, the Kodiaks and the Brooklin Redmen. Brooklyn up 9-1 here in the second period. They had a couple of power play goals. And Cobourg answering back at the end with Colton Armstrong shorthanded to make it 9-1 at the end of the first period. And taking a big hit and still down for the Kodiaks at the far boards. Let's hope he's okay. One of the Kodiaks players. Looks like it's number 24, Riley Campbell, who took the hit. And going to the penalty box is Sean DeRoque, who put the hit on Campbell. You saw Campbell just going for the ball and Campbell just crumbling down. So the first power play of the game for the Cobourg Kodiaks. Here's Dan Keene with the ball.
Penalty number 17, Sean Garrett. 2 minutes for illegal cross check. Now the penalty 55 seconds.
And that shot straight at Zach Higgins. He makes a save pretty easily. There's a fast break, short-handed. Brooklyn Redmen just over the bar. There's a shot by Ryan Maxpagian. So Sean DeRoque with the cross check. That gives Cobourg their first power play of the game. Here's Drake Smith from the top, back pass, back to Smith. He goes over to St. John, back to Smith, bouncing shot, wide of the net. Zach Higgins comes up with the puck and parlays that to an outlet for an easy, looks like a transition. But Colton Watkinson took a hit to the helmet after received the pass, and he'll head to the bench. So shot clock not running here for Brooklyn as they are on the penalty kill. Here's Mitch Wild. Brooklyn just doing all they can to kill this penalty. O'Connor finally loses the ball, but his teammate comes up with it. Chris Corbeil. And we're back to game action. Looks like it's a 4-on-4 here. Lucas Laskowitz heads to the penalty box for Cobourg for high sticking. And Burns will be heading back in for the Brooklyn Redmen, and he does. So now Brooklyn will be on the power play. Up 9-1 here in the second period. St. John with the shot, just saved by Zach Higgins on the blocker side. Riley O'Connor on the right slot. Here's Knight. So actually Kyle Whitlow at the top, number 16. And his shot is wide of the net. And a 1-on-2 opportunity here for the Kodiaks. That shot, it goes in for Cobourg Nissan Kodiaks. Number 42, Pete Rennie with the second goal of the game for the K's. So as you can see, Pete Rennie just beat Zach Higgins on the stick side. It was a nice low shot. that Higgins couldn't anticipate, and it goes in. So both goals from the Kodiaks today have been on short-handed chances. Maybe something you don't want to make a pattern or make it a trend, but both those goals coming on the penalty kill for the Kodiaks. And that shot is wide of the net from Kyle Whitlow. So Pete Rennie gets an unassisted shorthanded goal, making it 9-2 Brooklyn. John St. John now with the ball for the Kodiaks. Working around with Matt Croak. Here's St. John. His shot right at Zach Higgins. No deflection. That made the save much easier for Higgins. Higgins, one of the several Oshawa Outlaws, the inaugural Arena Lacrosse League champions in this game. That shot is short and wide of Ransbinio. Derek Searle already with an assist in this game. Here's Greg Smith, who passes it off to Craig McMahon. That's a nice low shot from the point. Good save by Zach Higgins. It's a shot by Luke Laskowitz, who took the high-sticking penalty just a few minutes ago. That led to a short-handed goal by Pete Rennie. Here's Colton Armstrong, now heading up as well. He also has a short-handed goal in this game, and that one saved by Zach Higgins. Armstrong took a hit and rammed into the post before getting the shot off. Now it'll be the Redmond chance with the fresh shot clock. There's Littner. A little quiet after a really good first few minutes of the first period. Here's Dan Littner. And a good forecheck here from the Cobourg Kodiaks, but referee blowing the whistle, calling it the other way on number 24, Riley Campbell. Maybe too aggressive of a forecheck on Dan Littner. Littner and Riley O'Connor started out really hot here in this game, reeling off 6 straight goals. And it was 8-0 at one point, and then 9-1 at the end of first period for Brooklyn. So they've done their job so far in this game, making an impact on the score sheet. Riley O'Connor looking for a cross-court pass, instead goes near side to Watkinson. Back out to Whitlow. Whitlow with the low shot. That's saved by Rance Vigneault. Vigneault, the outlet pass. Eventually, Logan Holmes comes up with it. Logan Holmes actually tied with John St. John in scoring coming into this game, with 3 points each. Cobourg looking to cut down this lead here in the second period. They're still short-handed, but another penalty going against them. Shot clock not running here for the Kodiaks. So just work the ball around. They're down 7 with 12:30 left in the second period. Logan Holmes and the near point. Goes inside, gets double teamed, loses the ball. And a holding call going against Brooklyn. So Kodiak's doing a good job of getting a penalty here against the Redmen. And it will be 4-on-4 for several seconds here. The Kodiaks already with 2 short-handed goals in this game. There are only 2 goals of the game. And that shot hits some iron. Zach Higgins catching a lucky break there. Sometimes you just gotta have that luck. And Zach Higgins has had both here in this game. He's been really good. And that time, his net bailing him out. So a little open court here. Dan Leitner looking for the pass to Hopcroft just over his stick. Derek Hopcroft scored the last goal of the first period that made it 9-1 Brooklyn. Here's John St. John now with possession, passing it off. St. John gets it back. The back pass from Keane. Stan Keane with the pass to the far point. Keane with the back pass again. This shot gets deflected. Still in play. Drake Smith. He finds a long pass and into the stick of his teammate. So Brooklyn, no goals as of yet here in the second period. There's a nice pass in and shot just wide. Held a little bit as he was driving the net. It was number 10, Austin Murphy. Another one of the call-ups for the Redmen. 11 players missing from the Redmen squad today, playing in the NLL Champions Cup. Game 1, which is already underway. Saskatchewan taking on Georgia. Here's a power play opportunity now for the Kodiaks to get another goal. That shot saved by Higgins, and here's a fast break. Not anymore, it's now 3-on-3. But the Redmen still driving hard to the net before taking a spill, and it looks like it's going to be a tripping penalty on the Kodiaks. Could you say it again? So Brooklyn now on the power play after that tripping penalty by Cobourg. A great chance to get their first goal of the second period for the Redmen. Pass by Hopcroft just over the stick of Watkinson. That shot by Whitlow, saved by Rance Vigneault. Just an update on the game 1 of the Champions Cup. Georgia up 12-11 over Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan, of course, the reigning champions. Looking for 2 straight here in the NLL season. Here comes Brooklyn. A 1-on-2 fast break power play opportunity. Shot, not really anything on that, but almost trickling in nonetheless. The 2 Kodiaks colliding against each other, and Rance Vigneault had trouble getting the ball, but he eventually does, getting some help from his teammates. Here's Cobourg short-handed again. That's where they have had all their success so far. This time it's saved by Zach Higgins. And Georgia, the Swarm, keeps extending their lead in the game 1 of the Champions Cup. Now they're up 14-11. Over here, Brooklyn still on the power play. Matt Croak of the Kodiaks taking the penalty for tripping. And it's a nice pass and a goal. Nice crisp passing from the Redmen to get the 10th goal of the game. And on the doorstep, it was Colby Watkinson with the finish. Nice pass by Dan Leitner. Take a look at the replay, and a nice cross-court pass from Dan Leitner to Colby Watkinson with the finish. That makes it 10-2. Brooklyn over Cobourg. And a little bit of back and forth here. Slashing. Looks like it might be the call. So Brody Burkhoff going to the box for the Kodiaks. Brooklyn back in the power play. Dan Leonard with a nice pass. Saved by Rance Vigneault that time. Shot by Kyle Whitlow. Leonard not done yet with a backhanded shot. Again saved by Vigneault. Kodiak's under all kinds of pressure. Vigneault not on his net. Going behind the net to force the play out, but it's back there now. Big body of Colton Watkinson has given some trouble here for the Kodiaks defense. The front of the net, Dan Leonard with a shot, that's deflected away. And the shot clock expires for the Redmen. It's a 4-on-4. Right now, Austin Shanks in the penalty box for the Brooklyn Redmen. Rather, Adam Perroni just wearing Austin Shanks' jersey. Shanks is not in the game. That low shot is wide of the goal and it goes all the way back to Rance Vigneault. There's Austin Murphy. A couple of the new players getting some playing time here on the special teams for the Redmen. They're up 8 here in the second period. Using their feet, using their sticks any way they can, and even getting into it after the play off the ball. Colton Armstrong and Derek Hopcroft grabbing at each other's heads and also maybe getting a couple of shots in. Looks like Colton Armstrong will pay for it by heading to the penalty box. And here's a look at how we might have started here. Colton Armstrong. Just the battle to get the ball back and get him taken down was Derek Hopcroft. He got the worst of it, but Colton Armstrong is the one that's heading to the penalty box. And now the Kodiaks are down 2 men. So a 4-on-3 here for the Redmen. The advantage, nice pad save by Vigneault.
Brooklyn penalty number 20, Derek Hopcroft. 2 minutes for holding. Your Kodiaks number 3, Colton Armstrong. 2 minutes for roughing. Number of penalties 13-34.
So there's a penalties to both Hopcroft and Armstrong after that play. And that one just missed by Dan Littner. Could not handle the pass. Here's a shot by Riley O'Connor, saved by Vigneault. O'Connor and Littner all over the Kodiaks today. Not done yet off the turnover. O'Connor gets it back. Nice pass to Littner, and he puts it in. Looks like it might have just stayed out, but it's a goal. That's 11-2 for the Redmen. Nice give and go from O'Connor and Littner here on the power play. A jumping shot just over the shoulder of Vigneault. Face-off win by Adam Peroni. He's been really good at that here in this matchup. So Armstrong and Hopcroft still serving the penalties. So 4-on-4. There's 5 seconds on the shot clock. That's over the bar. 1 second left. And the whistle will be blown. So now it's Brooklin in the offensive zone. Here's Watkinson. Actually, Riley O'Connor, number 9. The shot by Whitlow. That's wide of the net. And Hopcroft and Armstrong are both back on the court. So back to 5-on-5 with just about 4 minutes left here in the second period. That shot, nice shoulder save by Vigneault. And Redmond get a fresh shot clock. Up 11-2, nice pass, cross pass right to the front of the net. Riley O'Connor finishes it off. And Cobourg here wins the loose ball after the face-off.
Brooklyn goal scorer number 9, Riley O'Connor. Assistant number 16, Kyle Whitlow. And number 43, Ryan McSpaden. Top of the goal, 16-11. O'Connor from McSpaden and Whitlow at 16 minutes, 11 seconds.
So Kyle Whitlow and Ryan McSpaden with the assist on the last goal by Riley O'Connor. Riley O'Connor really putting on a show here this evening, along with his teammate Dan Littner. That shot is wide of the net and goes to the back netting. By my count, it's at least 6 points for Riley O'Connor here in this game. And that one, a nice effort from Brooklyn. That's like a delayed penalty on the Kodiaks. There's a shot by Austin Murphy. That's wide, but Austin Murphy is the one that took the spill, driving to the net just a few seconds earlier. And the Kodiaks back on the penalty kill. Sure, they've had 2 goals shorthanded in this one, but just keep taking the penalties, as you can see right there. Austin Murphy taking a spill before getting the shot off. So Hopcroft. It's Kyle Whitlow at the top. He drives in. Hopcroft goes to the top side. As that shot hits the iron, Dan Littner almost scoring the 13th of the game for Brooklyn.
It's an Ontario line-clearing penalty kill.
So Brooklyn looking to extend this double-digit lead here on a Sunday evening in Cobourg. That pass just off the stick of Dan Littner. Littner doing all he can to get it back. And he does. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Nice pass in. And that's saved by Vigneault eventually. And the possession going the other way. Cobourg, Nissan Kodiak still looking for their first win of the season. They lost to the Oakville Rock here in Cobourg last Sunday and to the Six Nations Chiefs a couple days later. Both these teams playing on Tuesday night back in Whitby for a rematch. Like I mentioned, the Kodiaks scoring both their goals shorthanded so far. That time no luck. Here comes Brooklyn now on the fast break. A quick 3-on-2, goes for goal. Vigneault saves it. Shot by Adam Peroni, the face-off man for Brooklyn. He will head to the bench as the offensive players on the power play unit comes on the court. There's Derek Hopcroft over to Whitlow. Riley O'Connor, the main man for the Redmen. Hopcroft with a shot. That's wide and high. Hopcroft again with a nice shot. This time needed a save from Rance Vigneault. There's Hutchinson now going up the court. With a quick shot. A save by Zach Higgins. And with a few seconds left here in the second period, the nice back pass from Dan Littner. Some fancy stick work from the leading scorer of the Brooklyn Redmen, and the whistle sounds for the second intermission. Brooklyn scores 3 goals in the period. They're up 12-2 here in Cobourg against the Kodiaks. So we take a look at Rance Vigneault heading to the locker room. And let's take a look at some of the highlights from previous week's action. And his second intermission here at the Cobourg Community Center. The Brooklyn Redmen up 12-2 over the Kodiaks. You're watching JVI Sports Network.
Kodiaks Lacrosse is brought to you by Cobourg Nissan. Nissan built for the human race. And with their promotions and recognition, your go-to company for custom promotional apparel and promotional products. And on the power play, it's Cobourg Auto Collision. Our repairs are guaranteed with a lifetime warranty. The penalty kill sponsor is Ontario Lawn Clearing and Tree Expert, professional arborists and lawn clearing servicing the GTA.
We are inside the Cobourg Community Center. Cobourg Nissan Kodiaks home opener, the opener of the Major Series lacrosse season. Let's put a cap on the hockey year first as the Cobourg Cougars are on the floor for opening ceremonies. The winners of the RBC Cup seven days ago, almost to the minute that they won that trophy. It was a 4 o'clock start. It's going to be a 6 o'clock start here in Cobourg tonight. 9 graduates on this Cobourg's team, including goaltender Stefano Durante, defenders Nick Minerva, Jesse Baird, Cam McGill, and Brendan Roy, and forward Spencer Roberts, Quinn Ciridiak, and Theo Lewis. And Josh McGuire from right here in Cobourg actually gave up his final season playing for the Peterborough Petes in OHL to come back to the Cougars to play for a national championship and now win a national championship. They were honored in the lobby before the game. Played back here for Slade. Slade for Connor Fields, the young stud American. Connor Fields, real excited to watch him at this level. They do get it to John St. John. He falls, and it was too high for Drake Smith. They're trying to release Latrell Harris, and flying out of the bench was Pat McRory to get in Harris's way. Trailing the play, here's Todd Kozak, takes the shot, and he'll score. And I believe Latrell Harris is going to pick up the assist on that. Hickey's still with it, though. Connor Fields looks into the corner. Looked like there was a shot available. Fields electing to pass. Back for Berg, into the corner. Finding Fields. He had to chase it down, works around to pick. Quickly back, quick stick there for Joe French. Intercepted and trying to take off was Pete Rennie. He's going to hang out up top now as Vigneault makes the save and now sneaks away. What a pick up there from Rennie off the pass. Berg chasing, and Nick Rose coming away with the save. And we'll go back to even strength as John St. John takes over for the penalized player with 9:30 left to go. Cobourg still looking for their first goal, and there it is. They find it from John St. John. Here's Dan McRae over to the outside wall. Up over the top, Brandon Slade. Slade back for Berg. Didn't get all he wanted on the shot, but it's over top, and that delay may have fooled Vigneault as Berg gets one back. Harris returning to the St. Catharines Athletics this year. Clothesline in the corner, but the ball goes in the net, and James Barkley taking one to find Holden Garland there. As he's going to go across center to the far side. Matthew Lee with it, a bit of a stutter step on his way to the net. The shot to the stick side there of Vigneault, and now they go back far side as Kozak got filled in just as he took the shot, and he's going to end up with his second of the game away from Berg once again, and now Kodiaks will come up over center. Long pass down the floor, front door, and in stride, Logan Holmes. Spinning away here is French. Gets his own rebound out of the corner. Hickey to Lee on the crease, and Lee's going to score. He's got one so far tonight. May not happen here, though, as John St. John over top of a screen. I believe he was working around Andrew Mullen. And Johnny's got two here as the 5-hole open for Nick Rose, and it goes in. Hickey's now going to work across the opener of the 2017 Major Series Lacrosse season. Connor Fields works to the middle, comes through, takes 3 hits, and gets it past Vigneault. Corner, Holmes and Croak now. John St. John onto the floor. Rennie heading off as Laskowicz will take his spot. Here's Holmes over the shoulder. What a dandy. Spinning. John St. John trailing the play and looking for the ball after it hit off the back of James Barkley. Barkley's going to pick it up, and 4 Oakville players are going to streak out with him. French and Slade as Cobourg peels off. Slade in front of the crease, and a couple fakes in front of Vigneault, and Slade's going to score. Quickly up the floor in the stick of Ryan Wagner. As now Westberg, and now Hickey, a bouncer that gets in behind Rance Vigneault. If you can believe it, the first goal of the game for Brett Hickey. So with back-to-back days, you thought maybe they'd split them up, but oh man, Joe French with his second, a hard shot. It is Nick Rose getting the call. He's allowed only 4. And now his teammates give him a 6-goal lead to work with. By Latrell Harris. course, the St. Catharines Athletic and Toronto Rock rookie at 18 out of the NLL draft. What a fantastic first season for him. Oh, what a catch there from Crook. What a goal! New spins, and he'll come up the floor. And another rip from Joe French. He's got the hat trick. That makes it 11-5. French, a pretty big shot from that side. Sends it back for Fields to the far side. Hickey, Bird. Setting the pick as he clears Hutchinson out of the way. Hutchinson still giving Bird trouble, though, as Vigneault way out of position, and Connor Fields, ball bounces right back to him, and he's got an empty net to put it in. Steady dose of Matthew Lee and Joe French as we're going to have a scrap. I think this is Burkhoff. He's finally found a dance partner. It's Bill Saxton. Saxton eats one. Burkhoff comes flying in, and it's going to be a takedown, and the whistle did go. Burkhoff with an extra toss right at the end, and Ecclestone and Ferguson coming in. That was a stare down. French on the far side. This will give St. John an opportunity to get off in favor of Pat McCrory. Up for Kozak, a lot of time to hone that one in, and Todd Kozak is going to get a hat trick in this game. He joins Joe French. Again, be sure to check us out all summer long, whether it be Junior A or Major Series lacrosse action. On behalf of our entire crew, I am Matthew Carrick for the JVI Sports Network. Our thanks to the OLA and MSL this season. We'll talk to you next time, folks.
The start of the third period here in Cobourg. The Kodiaks are down 12-2 against the Brooklyn Redmen. You're watching us here on the JVI Sports Network, and let's take a look at the early MSL standings. Six Nations and Peterborough still unbeaten at 2 wins. Oakville and Brooklyn at 1-1. And Cobourg and Brampton still looking for the first wins of the season at the bottom of the standings. So Adam Perroni and Doug Utting back at the face-off circle. Adam Perroni wins it again for the Redmen to open this third period. Perroni winning most of the face-offs here today against Utting on the other side. Brother, nice pass there, just shot wide of the goal. Brooklyn on the power play. Nice cross-court pass, and that one just misses Kyle Whitlow on the far side. And here we go. It's now Cobourg's chance. Down by 10 goals. Matt Croak passing it off to Drake Smith. Back to Croak. Croak looking for a backhander. He finds Smith. Smith goes backhand to Croak, and he puts it in. Look at that for the Kodiaks. Kodiaks, not too much to cheer about for the crowd here, but that one was a fantastic play from Matt Croak and Drake Smith. A couple of backhanders going back and forth, and Matt Croak from behind the net off the back of Zach Higgins to put it in. Look at that, Croak flips it back to Smith to the top, and then Croak to an unsuspecting Zach Higgins. Did not think he was going to shoot there, or at least play the ball near the net. Don't make Zach Higgins look that silly too many times, but that time Higgins falling prey, and that shot just hitting the iron off the stick of Sean DeRoque. So a great way to get on the board here for the Kodiaks in the third period.
Kodiaks goal, scorer number 21, Matt Crow.
So Matt Krug, one of their up-and-coming young players, gets a goal off of the back of Zach Higgins. A little luck, but also a lot of skill with him and Drake Smith getting that play going. Drake Smith, the brother of Dane Smith, the current MVP, the reigning MVP of the National Lacrosse League for the 2016 season. And that shot scores, 2 quick goals. This time is Luke Laskowitz from the point. So that will give some confidence to the Kodiaks. You see a shot just going over the shoulder of the blocker side, the glove side of Zach Higgins.
We have a final in the MSL game, 18-14 for Georgia.
And here's a chance for the Brooklyn Redmen. That's blocked. Riley O'Connor takes a hit. His helmet comes off. And he's going to have to head to the bench. Cole Watkinson getting double teamed on the side. And the shot clock expiring. And the final, also the game 1 of the NLL Champions Cup, Georgia taking game 1 with the final score of 18-14 over Saskatchewan. So potentially two more games left in the series if Saskatchewan can win game 2 next weekend. Here's Max Bajan with the ball. There's a shot right at the mask of Rance Benio. Here come the Kodiaks. Down 8 with 2 quick goals here in the third period. And that's a nice quick shot. Down low, Zach Higgins all over it. Shot by McMahon. McMahon gets it back. Another shot, and Higgins does save it, but not before he knocks off his own net. But he does hold on to the ball. So that was a great chance by Cody McMahon. And here's a nice pass right at the net. Riley O'Connor with another great pass, leading his teammate to the net. That time it was Ryan Max Bajan driving in with a shot. Max Bajan now behind the net. Stan Littner as well. Max Bajan getting double teamed. Not able to get the ball back. And here come the Kodiaks with possession. Brody Burkhoff will hand it off before heading to the bench. It's a nice pass in. John St. John with a shot. Zach Higgins right there with the save. Drake Smith looks off a shot. Passing it out to St. John with the cross-court pass. That's wide of the teammate. Dan Ball, handing it off to Colton Watkinson, who is just off a D2 championship in the NCAA. Riley O'Connor buying his chance and driving back in. And that shot off of Vigneault going over the boards. Still Brooklyn possession. Nice shot from a nice pass from the side of Austin Murphy. Watkinson to number 20, Derek Hopcroft. His shot goes wide. Here's Dan Utting with the ball. Fast break. Low shot saved by Zach Higgins. Higgins has been dynamite in net for the Redmen, especially on those fast break chances from the Kodiaks. It's Dan Lintner, who led the team in scoring coming into this one. And he added a couple more here in this game as well. Him and Riley O'Connor have been really the driving forces in the Brooklyn lead here, 12-4, with just under 14 minutes left in the game. The Kodiaks still looking for the first win. A couple of losses here in the first week of the MSL season to Oakville and Six Nations this past week. Brooklyn coming off a season opening win at home against Brampton, an overtime win, and then losing the next game in Peterborough. They're longtime rivals here in the Major Series Lacrosse. And getting taken down was a Brooklyn player near the Cobourg bench was Riley O'Connor. He gets back up. O'Connor now with the ball. O'Connor splits the double team with a nice pass that was deflected, almost reaching the intended target of Austin Murphy. Here's Logan Holmes, now with the ball, over to Luke Laskowitz. Greg Smith, passing it off to Holmes. The pass gets deflected. And Brooklyn will just slow down the possession, no need to hurry. Up by 8 goals here in the third period. With 15 on the shot clock. That shot is saved by Rance Vigneault. Nice line drive right at the net. Riley O'Connor now posting up on the near side. He goes to the top. Hish gets a shot off. Saved by Vigneault. Vigneault with another save. Brooklyn all over the Cobourg net here in the third period. Max Pagan passes it off to Hopcroft. Max Pagan gets it back to the near side. Max Pagan with a low shot. And Vigneault holds on to it. That's a good save by Rance Vigneault. The low hard shot going between the legs. St. John now passing it off. There's Laskowitz now with the ball. Laskowitz looking for St. John on the cut. But here's a 2-on-1 for Brooklyn. Shot saved by Vigneault. Shot by Adam Peroni. One of the few call-ups from the Whitby Warriors of the Junior A. It's a nice back pass. And that one just misses the net from Matt Croak. Matt Croak and Luke Laskowitz, the only 2 goal scorers here in the third period. Both for the Kodiaks. Greg Smith looking for a pass over to his teammate, and that shot just wide. Here's a one-on-one with the goaltender and puts it in. Colton Watkinson beats Rance Vigneault, and that's 13-4 for Brooklyn. So take a look at that fast break. It was more like a 3-on-none for Brooklyn, and Watkinson finishing it off himself. As we mentioned earlier, 11 players missing from this Brooklyn squad, with those guys playing at the NLL Champions Cup. The game one already over. Georgia winning against Saskatchewan, 18-14 in game one. The Saskatchewan Rush, the defending champions, looking to repeat. But Georgia Swarm with a 1-0 lead in the Champions Cup. Games 2 and 3 will be happening over the next 2 weekends. As a face-off win by Brooklyn. Connor Laird with the ball. He passed it off before heading to the bench.
Brooklyn goal scored by number 22, Cobourg.
Riley O'Connor looking aggressive, and a shot just wide the net. O'Connor, a dangerous player for the Redmen from the corner. And here comes Dan Udding for the Kodiaks, going all the way in, but backing out and looking for more help. Udding heading to the bench. Doug Udding, a transition player for the Kodiaks. There's 5 on the shot clock. That shot right at Zach Higgins. The fresh shot clock for the Kodiaks now. Luke Laskowitz with a goal here in the third period. His pass goes over Cody McMahon. McMahon retrieves it. Now less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cross-court pass just wide. 5 seconds now. Dan Keene with a shot. And that's saved by Zach Higgins. Zach Higgins, one of many Oshawa Outlaws, the inaugural Arena Lacrosse League champions in this game. And that's a shot and scored by Riley O'Connor. He keeps adding to the tally and his lead in scoring for this team. So Riley O'Connor gets back the double-digit lead for the Brooklyn Redmen. Actually had a chance to talk with Riley and hang out with Riley. We called a Would-Be Warriors game a couple of weeks ago against the Orangeville Northmen. A good guy, but even a better player. It seems like one of the top players on this team. There's Riley O'Connor again, 5 seconds on the shot clock. He passes it off. That one was nicely saved by Rance Bignot from the corner. Shot by Derek Hopcroft. And a big collision on the Brooklyn zone. Riley O'Connor, just as I was talking about him, he takes a big hit. And heading into the box, maybe a message being sent there from Cobourg. Number 3, Colton Armstrong. And that's not the first time I've seen Colton Armstrong lay some big hits in this game. We saw one in the second period as well when he took on Derek Hopcroft. So Armstrong sending a message to Riley O'Connor. That shot saved by Rance Bignot.
Kodiak's penalty to number 3, Colton Armstrong. 2 minutes for interference. Time to penalty on 11:57. Armstrong interference at 11 minutes, 57 seconds as an Ontario line-clearing penalty kill.
Kodiak's back on the penalty kill. Another backhanded chance by Dan Littner. He really loves that backhanded pass or shot. Littner led the team in scoring coming into this one with 7 goals and 9 points. Pretty sure Riley has caught up to him, if not surpassed him already. So Riley O'Connor that time taking the hit from Colton Armstrong, and he's in the box. Kodiak's actually scored the first two goals of the game shorthanded. And they've added 2 more here in the third period. With a nice interception here from number 5, Mitch Wild. He goes on goal. And great job by Rance Bernier to come out of the net and make that shot even harder for Wild. There's Luke Laskowitz going up against Watkinson. He's played well here in this game as well, Colton Watkinson. And a delayed penalty is going to be on Brooklyn as Colton Armstrong gets out of the box and heads to the bench. There's Logan Holmes, extra man on. Rance Benio, the goaltender, also to the bench. See if Cobourg can get a good shot here. Maybe a chance for Laskowitz here. Saved by Higgins. And the play will be blown dead. So Adam Peroni, the main face-off man for the Redmen, heading to the box. Score 14-4. Advantage for Brooklyn Redmen with 5.5 left in the game. So Matt Croak's pass goes wide of John St. John. He is short-handed. Mitch Wild looks like this time he'll hang on to it. He's surrounded by 4 Kodiak players. Naturally gives it up. And Wild will have to stay on the court to play on this, to kill this penalty off. And it's a shot by St. John, saved by Higgins. Back pass to Keane, just misses. Laskowitz gets it back, that shot is wide. Zach Higgins has really played like himself here in this matchup.
10-second violation. Kodiak's ball.
He's had a great season with the Outlaws in the Arena Lacrosse League. And showing the top form here in the Major Series Lacrosse as well to start the season. Shot by Dan Keane wide. Might have been deflected. With now shot clock expiring, 5 seconds left. Cobourg has to get a shot off here. They do. The pad saved by Higgins. Brooklyn comes up with it. And Brody Monroe passing it out before heading to the bench. Kyle Whitlow at the top for Brooklyn. Dan Littner on the far side. To Ryan McSpagian on the near side. McSpagian now with the ball. And Adam Peroni out of the box, back to the bench with the power play over. And Cobourg comes up with the loose ball. A little outnumbered here. So they'll hang on to the possession. There's Drake Smith. Passing off Dan Keane, a nice pass to number 6, Cody McMahon. But even a better save by Zach Higgins. So 3 minutes left here. Brooklyn up 14-4 over the Cobourg Nissan Kodiaks. And that's a shot right in the near side, low bouncing shot by Colton Watkinson. One of the best players on the court today for either team. Colton Watkinson coming on late here in this matchup. Already with the hat trick. And look at that shot. Right, getting past the legs of Rance Vigneault. That's the fourth goal of the game for Watkinson, his second of the third period. So a good young player to keep an eye out in the future for the Redmen. Max Pajan with the drive and a shot that's wide of the net. Dan Lettner gets it back, the rebound, and he just misses. With the shot clock expiring, here come the Kodiaks. The Kodiaks playing in just their second season here in the Major Series Lacrosse here in Cobourg. They moved from Kitchener-Waterloo just before the start of last season. Actually a good crowd here on a Sunday evening for the Kodiaks. Both these two teams right back at it on Tuesday night in Whitby. And their game down the road in a couple of weeks. It's actually a big game, as you see a backhand shot there by Kyle Whitlow, saved by Vigneault. In a couple of weeks, and Saturday, June 16th, is Lacrosse Day in Durham. The Brooklyn Redmen and the Cobourg Kodiaks will be playing in that one. Should be a big day for just to celebrate this great sport in the Durham region. So that game will be in Whitby at the Iroquois Park. That's an 8 p.m. start time. And just under a minute now here as the game winds down. Brooklyn up 15-4 over the Cobourg Kodiaks. We would like to thank everyone here for watching us here on the JVI Sports Network. And a thanks to all the crew here as well. Alex, and Ryan, and Gary for helping us out. And the last possession of the game here, Cobourg Nissan Kodiaks will just hang on to it as the clock winds down. It's a good show of sportsmanship. And they'll look to get their first win of the season in a couple of days in Whitby as both teams face off again. As Cody McMahon just drops the ball for the referee. And that'll do it here at the Cobourg Community Center. The Brooklyn Redmen take it 15-4 over the Cobourg Nissan Kodiaks. You see the teams high-fiving. Great effort by Zach Higgins. He was stellar in that today. And big standouts, Riley O'Connor, Dan Littner, and especially Colton Watkinson in the second half of the game. And we would like to thank you for joining us here on the JVI Sports Network. And we'll see you later here for Major Series Lacrosse action here on JVI Sports Network.